Good morning. We are schooling today. See Valley? Valley is starting science. So there's our science we're doing. We've been talking about butterflies. Let's replace some names with pronouns. Didn't know you were getting some pronoun rap today. He got his mirror. He looked at himself. Those pronouns are way better. They really help. That line is written in the third person. Let's see what other third person pronouns we got working. Sue was on her horse. She rode through the night. If the pronouns get plural, what would that be like? Sue, free, he, and they is I would be. That would be cool. And I write it from a first person point of view. What are you doing, Valley Bear?
I'm making sand art.
What are you making?
It's like a unicorn sand art, and it comes with all that to put in it after you make everything.
So here's the box. So while Valley's finishing her project, I'm going to talk about school for a little bit. So kind of how we did school this week while I was off, and kind of how I prepare Valley for when she goes to Mimi and C Pops and then Grandma and Papa's. I was off this week because I had surgery and I go back to work tomorrow, and I'm actually going to do a whole video on kind of the surgery, kind of the process of the surgery, and kind of I will also get a little biblical on that, and kind of when you go back in the midst of it, the timeline was very long, but now on this end I do see why it was long, but more on that later. So I am going to kind of go through kind of what Valley School does and kind of how we do school, and hopefully it can give you guys who may be struggling, or even, you know, just some tips. And just please leave me some tips down at the bottom of things you guys do, because that's how those of us who have never homeschooled, or even those who do homeschool, you maybe can give those of us who have never homeschooled. We have never homeschooled. Some tips on kind of how you guys do it, and to help those of us who, you know, maybe have some days where we're struggling. So the school Valley goes to, she goes to a school here in town, Vine Christian School, and I do have to say we would not be succeeding as well as we are if it were not for them. They have given us amazing guidance on how to make this as smooth as possible for the parents and also for the kids, obviously. Valley's teacher, about Miss Hanson, I think it was about 3 weeks ago, I don't remember, you know, these weeks are really kind of blending in. We stopped by the school and picked up a folder with all of, with some worksheets in it. Those worksheets did have to be mostly math and English / reading. So let me kind of show you what we do. So every week, first off, what helped us was making sure we were organized. So we just started out with a plain Jane 3-ring binder. And the worksheets that were given, I just stuck back here in the back. Some of my hole punches, when I was hole punching, I was trying to hole punch more than probably what should have been hole punched at a time, and some of my hole punches came out. But like, these are some of the worksheets that were given to us. So I hole punched them and just stuck them back here in the back, and really in no particular order. They were just there. So every week, Miss Hanson, who is amazing, puts this on Google Classroom. So we do have, we are using Google Classroom. It's, for us, it is working out very well. So this is laid out not only by day, but also by subject. And then as you can see like these little check marks. As we finish each day, as we finish each thing, ooh, we're going to take a little break and look at Valley's. Ooh, that's pretty, Sissy.
And I made a world.
Oh, and Valley made a mess. Imagine that. How do you not make a mess with sand and glitter? So what do you do next?
I have to put all the stickers in and put this unicorn in.
You gotta put the little top on, don't you? Or is the top already there? Is that the top? Okay, so you've already put the foam top on?
I forgot to use the glue, but it's staying
That's
very
fine.
good. It's staying very good because I pushed it out really hard.
Alright, so now you got to decorate it. So. And so as you see, we've got little check marks as we go and do things. But what I do is, I don't know if you can see, like this says Master 25 or what worksheets. I go and pull the worksheets. So like this is math. This tab is math. This has all of her math worksheets for the week. So they're already pulled and they are actually in order for each day she will do them. This tab is reading. And this week she only had one reading and we've already done it. This tab is spelling that she has to do for class. I also make her do other spelling, but these are her spelling words. But this week she's doing spelling and English together. So we don't have an English tab.
Call
Language, I'm sorry. She's doing spelling and language together. So, and then everything we do on Google Classroom, I print out. So this is her science. And then
none of my things tend to fit because I folded up too much.
that's fine, baby. And then this is her history. These were all on Google Classroom, but I printed them so she can study them for her test. So I hope that helps you guys, and then her spelling words I print every week and put them in this so Valley can have them. So I hope that helps you guys. That on Sundays is typically when this is on Google Classroom, and I go in and print this, hole punch it, put it in there, and then that is also when I go and pull any worksheets that are on here and go in and have them in their particular folder, their particular things. So on Monday when we start, all that's done, and then every day during the week I don't have to go and figure out, oh, where's this worksheet at, or if maybe I'm missing something, I can go and email the teacher and let her know, hey, we don't have this, and she can get that sent to me, and I do not feel rushed that day. And then we are also very blessed that this Christmas I asked Sienna for a printer because I knew Valley was gonna have to start doing like little projects that we were gonna have to print stuff instead of me printing it at work and bringing it home, or we would have to look at it at work. I'd have to save it, email it to myself so I could print it at work. We could get on the computer and whatever she wanted, we could print it and it'd be here at the house. And they got us a inexpensive, I'm sure, middle of the road printer, and I'm actually going to show it to you. Then I'm able to scan it into to Valley's teacher and email it. So that has been an amazing lifesaver that we did not know we were going to need. But we are Christians, and we definitely do not believe things happen just to happen. You know, God definitely ordains them, and God, do what, baby? You're done. And God definitely ordained that He knew that this would be happening, and that we would need a printer with a scanner. So that has definitely probably been the last Christmas. Has probably been one of the most used Christmas presents that we have. That was used, which, you know, it's one of those when you get presents, you definitely want them to be used, and that one definitely has been used. But I hope that really helps you guys, that to somewhat maybe with through all this, to try to get yourself organized and figure out what works for you. Like for us, we do schoolwork in the morning. We start usually.
It's the best thing for me if we do it in the afternoon. One time, me and my Mimi tried to do that in the afternoon. Oh, I did not cooperate. Not at all.
So you tried to do it in the afternoon one time and it didn't work.
We tried to do my spelling test in the afternoon. I was so whiny, I did not do it.
So Valley is a lot like me. I am much more of a morning person. So we get up, the kids get breakfast, they get to decide, you know, this week while we've been home, decide what they want, whether it's pack of muffins, whether it's waffles, whether it's cereal, and we kind of get ready, kind of watch TV and just kind of veg for a little bit, and then we start our schoolwork. And we also, school Valley goes to is a Christian school, but you know they're not sending Bible home, but I am incorporating Bible into her schoolwork, and I'm going to give you guys a few little things, little tidbits. First this is actually my devotional. We are reading through, because I knew this would be something easy, kind of that she could understand. This is She Reads Truth. It's a subscription box I get every month. They produce, I think, 26 books a year. So there's 2 months that I do get 2 books. But this one is a 3-week study through 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John. Another book that we absolutely love, and this is a children's book, but this is called the Believe Storybook, and this is absolutely amazing. So it has like your table of contents, and then like it even goes through like think, and it has several things, and then act, and it talks about worship and prayer and Bible study, and then be, like how to be love, how to be joy. But what's cool about it is at the beginning of each chapter, it's got your question, and then it's got an Old Testament scripture, and it's beautifully
like painted.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what that is made out of, ink or paint.
And then it's got a jump to Jesus and got a little thing that you can read. And then it jumps to a New Testament passage. And all of them tell you where they come from. And then it's got the answer, which goes back to your key question at the beginning. And then it's got a key idea and kind of a key verse. So we have gone through this book several times. And the last kind of thing that I do with the kids, and again, this is storybook. So the last 3, the first one was not storybook. That is not adult, but that is mine. But I've been doing that with Valley. The last 3 were like more children, and this is called the Jesus Storybook Bible. And what's cool about this is you see it says every story whispers his name. Is sometimes we don't always, we know these Bible stories, like we know Adam and Eve, we know Moses, we know Noah, we know Cain and Abel, but sometimes we forget that they all connect we want to do them as each individual stories, and these are all part of a big story. So this book actually kind of helps you with that. And I'm going to give you, I'm not going to read a full story to you, obviously. And it's beautifully, again, beautifully written. And so, like, this is going to be Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve is always the first story.
Well, creation's always the first story.
Creation.
Now Valley's singing her song.
Timeline.
Her timeline song.
We'll keep the fun because we always can be fun.
So I just love how, you know, this storybook, and this one pretty much goes Genesis to Revelation. You know, it misses some of the stuff, but this one is chronological to what the Bible is. But each story at the end, it kind of circles back how that story relates to Jesus and then Jesus dying on the cross. So, Valley, let's look at your masterpiece. Can you bring it over here?
Yeah.
So I hope some of that, you know, is helpful. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me, and I will gladly answer them. And let's look at Valley's masterpiece.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! She's got her little unicorn.
Which we did not paint this.
Nope.
It came like this in the box because it's way too tiny for us to be able to paint. But it's super adorable.
Super adorable.
It just sits right in there like that.
And we'll put that in Valley's room.